first corner, chaos, 10 seconds penalty, and then later down the straight, I got hit again for another 5-second penalty. So 15-second penalty, I went all the way to 17th, had to fight back for 10 laps, gain 7 positions, and finish 10th. So in this race, it's a follow-up to that. Arms still feeling a little tense, but the muscle memory is there. You know, you do one good run, you get the muscle memory, the timing of where you got to brake, and here we go. Chasing down Fabio here. He's keeping it clean. See, no, don't dive bomb, don't hit anybody. But he has a cool livery there. If you take a look, it's you can see Senna's face on there. Detail's pretty sharp. So I faked inside, he blocked inside, went back on the outside, tried to get a run on him. Wasn't a good turn. And these cars all come with a certain amount of boost. They call it overtake. Think of it as DRS, but you can activate it throughout the whole race, and it depletes. So you have to use it wisely. The best spot to use it is right there, right through Eau Rouge. The long straight, you want the most top speed you can get. And I'm trying to attack from the outside. Could not get that, so tucked back in. And right there, just a lot of pressure. He lost it, and that was good. Now I'm trying to chase second. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, great. I've got podium. Don't fuck this up. Just think how wide the road is. Stay on the road, right? Sometimes you could be driving on the limit and you just keep pushing it and then you lose it. Just like that guy Fabio did. He lost control. Part of that's to do with pressure. I've been there. Somebody's pushed me and you got to push harder and harder because you can see the delta closing and they're closing that gap. And this goes on for a little bit. I wonder if I should fast forward yet. Yeah, I think I'll fast forward until we get some more action here. So remember, this is a 10-lap race. So taking a right turn at this sharp hairpin, turn 1, and coming down the front straight, it's important to use that overtake button now. Build up speed and go down that little dip into Eau Rouge, and you can tell when somebody's using that overtake if you pay attention to the back of their car. There's a little LED light back there. It'll turn red if somebody's using that. Too bad the replay doesn't show how much each person has. So this guy, CBK, Harrow's CBK, he's putting some good pressure. I'm keeping an eye on him and also trying to keep up with number 2 here. It looks like number 1's way too far. That's the thing, if you're in first place, you're out ahead. There's no one that's going to battle for your line, so you're going to be able to run your best racing line. But everyone in the back, in the midfield, they're all adjusting, making different lines, trying to pass and defend. So that gap with the P1 guy just keeps growing. And there you go. You can see Harrow's CBK still hanging on there. This part I'm also using the overtake. What turn is that? It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Turn number 16. Because there's a lot of distance there. So you want to get to your top speed as soon as possible. So I'm catching P2 here. Each lap, getting closer and closer. At the same time, the guys behind are also keeping up. Alright, let's go into cockpit mode. Enter Eau Rouge here. And I think top speed's going to be somewhere around 189 at the end of the straight. See the car kind of elevate there? You can see there in the bottom right corner, that overtake icon, I've used almost 50%. And and when I press it, it'll turn red and it'll start depleting. I won't be using it yet. I think maybe turn 16 is when the overtake button gets pressed. Let's fast forward. Nothing happens here. Well, we can drive through this section. I'm gonna fast forward. Let's just go. So he put some pressure. He got a little bit squirrely, a little sideways there. And turn 1, I think what I like to do is, once I hit second gear, push that overtake button. You see it? Turn red. And take it through 5th gear a little bit. Try not to waste all of it. If you time it right, you want to time it so that right when you crest over Eau Rouge here, you have time to swing around the outside, just like that. So that's how I get past him. There's a little hit there. Thankfully, nothing crazy happened. And at this point, I'm thinking, all right, 2nd place. 5 more laps to go. What's the delta on P1? And I think at this time the delta was about 8 seconds. Let's see what P1's driving. Let's jump ahead. So P1 is, oh, there you go. It's Lewis Hamilton, of course. The Mercedes. What they call it, the best car in the field. That's in Formula 1, but in this game, all cars should be equal. That's cool though. He's using Lewis Hamilton, number 44, and then I've got Red Bull, number 23. Who we got behind? Is that Kimi's old car? This guy doesn't have anything on his. What's this guy got? That's a Haas. Nice. We're representing Formula 1. They'll be in Melbourne this weekend for the season kickoff. Verizon Pennzoil. Whose car is that? There's another Mercedes. Oh, that's the Fabio guy. Remember, he was in 2nd or 3rd place, so he's dropped back to 11th. Alright, back at the front. Not much happens until we get to later laps. So I'm going to zoom ahead. At this point, if we look at the cockpit mode here, you're going to see I'm down to a quarter tank left of the overtake with 4 laps to go. I'm trying to conserve now. You gotta save some to protect yourself, especially after Eau Rouge. If the guys behind you, especially they're racing together, they got that slipstream effect. So they're going to get that and get the boost. So look at the guys behind, see how close they are. So here's the guy chasing from behind. You can see he's catching up. Keep fast forwarding. How much boost does he have? Okay, he's about down to a quarter, less than a quarter. And the guy behind has a lot. He's got almost half. And I do remember that name, okay, because something happens in lap 10. Okay, so this guy, here he comes, bringing that overtake. Look at that gap. He's closing the gap. And I'm not using overtake. I'm trying to save it because I don't have much left. As you see, I'm at that much. There he goes. He is catching, but just not enough. Interesting is sometimes when a guy gets close to you, things change. You know, they get close enough to see your line. Maybe the adrenaline happens, and then it can also throw them off their pace that they had when they were chasing you. Like right here, I think he got really close, but he didn't take this turn good, because I looked at the delta and I got some time back after this. So we're gonna jump ahead. The last 2 laps are the most exciting laps. I had to defend big time, and here he goes. let's jump out to this view here and see what happens. He's right there. He doesn't need to use the overtake anymore. He's coming around the left side. I'm defending on the inside. He could go around, but he actually does. He gets ahead, but I stay on the outside. It's good to be on the right side because I got a right turn, and it's good to stay on the right side. And he's trying to cut me off, but that will be unsportsmanlike. So I came over to the right. I defended, and then during that whole time, you can see the white Haas car. He gets a chance to get into this race. Let's see what happens. I think he had a lot of overtake left. You see that? It plays an important role here. Remember, we got one more lap to go, so I'm gonna fast forward. Well, let's watch that fight. His name's Alec42. What does he do? How does he get ahead? Okay, final lap. He must do it here. He's gonna burn all that overtake. Yes, he is. He's burning it. Come on, burn it all. Maybe he doesn't burn it all, but he burns enough to get close. There he goes again, trying to defend. Again. Now, okay, so it wasn't Alec. It was always Harl's CBK. I thought the other guy did that, and yeah, they put the pressure on, but then Alex had plenty of overtake left. So, and we're gonna fast forward and just finish the race, and that's it. I know it was a long video, but that was a 20-minute race. It was really fun. Okay, thanks for watching.